Okay, this is stage 7 of the Greenbelt Relay. Stage 7 is a reasonably tricky one in the second half. This is the start of the race. This is on the River Ver Trail in the middle of St Albans. And what we'll see quickly here is a runner's eye view of this section. So this is what it looks like setting off right from the start. Probably speed it up a little bit. We go over this little iron bridge. Now we're running with the river to our right. There are a few turns, but basically don't stray too far away from the little river. There's a little fork here where we need to turn right, which I'm doing here, and now we're going to cross the road. You will still be in a bunch of people here, but take care crossing the road anyway. And we resume the River Ver Trail on the other side of the road over this funny wooden walkway, and we will start seeing the viaduct ahead of us here. There it is. So you turn right here, run up these steps, and now you're on the Alban Way. And the Alban Way is lovely, easy running for 5 miles or so. Well, fast running anyway. This is some of our runners on it in one of our recent races, and that takes us for 5 miles all the way into Hatfield. Now at Hatfield, this is what you can then see. So we come up to the Hatfield Galleria. Whatever you do, don't cross the road here. We're running across the motorway on this bridge and then straight back down onto this cycle path and back onto the Alban Way. So all the way through this bit, keep following signs for the Alban Way. So this is what it looks like as it comes through Hatfield. It's reasonably leafy running, but there are 3 roads which we cross. They're not particularly busy roads, but because the footpath emerges onto them, you don't get much of a view of traffic until you're actually there. We'll have marshals here, but it's up to you to keep yourself safe. There's a little right and left to do here, and then back onto the Alban Way. This is the next one. You get a slightly better view of this one, and it's more or less directly opposite. Then there's a little footbridge which we run across after this. And then the final road crossing is this one that you can see here, and we're nearly at the end of the Alban Way here, so we're getting towards Hatfield railway station where we're going to cross. So at 6.3 miles we're going to cross the railway. So this looks like this. So the Alban Way does, which is usually quite straight, does a left and right. We cross this railway bridge here, and at the end of the railway bridge we do a very sharp left. That's quite hard for us to mark. There's not much to mark on, and then we follow a footpath past that little road there, and then 6.5 miles right into a domestic road called the Ride. We run almost to the end of the Ride. Before we get to the busy road at the end, we turn left into Park View, which I'm doing right now. This is Park View. We run to the end of Park View, and Park View turns into a cycle path alongside the busy road. We keep going alongside the busy road until we cross this junction, and then we can see a bridge ahead of us, at which point we cross the road via the traffic island with extreme care. This is a bridge over the A414. I'm crossing here via the traffic island, and immediately after the bridge I need to find a little footpath on my right, which is this. So that will take us, and now we're going to run with the A414 to our right for a good few hundred yards. So don't run onto the A414, run on this footpath that I just did there. And then when you get to the Mill golf course, you turn left. There is no choice here, you have to turn left. And then you run up the golf course road. It's called Gypsy Lane. There is a driving range to your right. Don't go onto the driving range. As soon as you're past the driving range, this is what you're looking for here. So we're going to turn right and run with the golf course to our right and a cricket ground to our left, and then into the woods. Now this woods section is quite fiddly. As you can see, we're basically going to go into the woods first of all to turn right and then to turn left. So this is the right hand turn as we turn into the woods, and then at 8.3 miles we're going to turn left, which is here. It's all reasonably straightforward, and then that goes straight for a bit, so I'll speed it up a little bit here. There's a bit that we're looking for where the main path turns right by a golf tee, and we turn left. and that's what you are going to see here. So there's the golf tee on the right, the path veers off to the right, and we turn onto this path here. And that takes us in a nice straight line through the forest. It crosses a few gates, there's a few crossings of paths and so on, but we keep on straight pretty much until we're out of the woods here. The one that's really hard both to navigate and indeed to mark is this bit here at 8 miles, where the path veers right. I've veered right a little bit on my bike just to avoid a big patch of mud, but basically we're going straight. The main path veers right, we go straight, and we're looking for a metal stile on our left. I could see this when I was cycling it, but in May it'll be more leafy. We do try and sawdust this because otherwise this is an easy one to miss. And then that takes us straight and out of the woods and out of really the hardest section. And then that takes us on a road adjacent to the hospital, at the end of which we turn right into a suburban road called Howlands. And we're going to run along there for a few hundred yards until we cross the junction and then turn into a little cul-de-sac called Desborough Close, which is what I'm doing here. So we turn into here and we're looking for that funny pagoda between those houses. We go through that pagoda, through this stile at the end here, not particularly straightforward on a bicycle, and then we keep right as we cross this green here. So we keep to this green, and we're going to cross a series of footpaths that are going to get us towards the final stretch of the race. So we're going to cross a tiny little road here onto the footpath opposite. That's the first one. We're going to whiz along there, and then at the end of that we effectively do the same thing again, as it's slightly offset, this one, so we have to go slightly left and right, but it's pretty much directly opposite. So here it is, and at the end of this one we're going to turn left into Holwell Hyde Lane. We're nearly there now. So at the end of Holwell Hyde Lane we turn right. Don't cross the road here, there should be a drink station here as well. And now we're going to turn into the Coal Green Way. So we're now 1.6 miles from the finish. This is what the beginning of the Coal Green Way looks like. It does a turn to the right and then straightens up to the left, and then it's pretty much dead straight for the next mile and a half into the finish at Letty Green, and then you'll be at the end. So this is the finish of one of our recent races, and good luck with stage 7. Thank you.